what is there to be said? Everyone already is totally free. And then it's up to each of us as to whether we want to realize that or not. No one can give it to us or take it away from us ever. Not ever. And there is, I wrote about this maybe a year ago, there is no love limit. There is no love limit. All points of view, whatever they are, their true essence is love awareness. There is no love limit of any kind. So when it comes to really being totally free, to have a foundation, a place we can go to no matter what's going on in our lives. Because many of us here, we've seen many teachers. Many people here have seen many teachers. And then for one reason or another, there's a new teacher that we feel can serve us better or whatever. But what if we had a foundation throughout all of that rather than suddenly not having a community at all because we changed teachers? So, great freedom has no love limit. If you want to love lots of gurus, that's great. If you want to love just one, that's great too. There is no love limit. We don't have to try to push all the love into one area over here. All points of view, no matter what they are imbued with love, imbued with perfect love. To use your discernment, and when you look at a book or you go to a teacher, make sure that they can give you exactly what you want. If what you want is liberation, if what you want is enlightenment, then first of all, you want a teacher who is enlightened. And secondly, you not only want a teacher who is enlightened and who can talk about it, but who has the liberation power that's active and alive. And that liberation power that is active and alive is evidenced by the number of people waking up. So this is just like elementary discernment. It's not advanced levels of reasoning or anything like that. It's just very, very basic. So what I said was that if you read a book that says it's about awakening and it talks about anything that's in the way of awakening, like an ego or a personal identity or a psychology or anything at all that is in the way of being totally free, or that emphasizes an extreme, like be in the now or be in the moment or be empty or be no self or be no concepts or be blissful or be clear or be impartial or be neutral. That to use discernment in reading those things and to not read them if you really want to be free. That's all I'm saying. If you really want to be free, then you want everything you're reading to support that totally. And what supports that totally are clear communications that rely only on this great reality that you're already free, you're already free, you're already free, you're already free. All your points of view, they're already free. They're pure space, they're pure space, they're pure space, they're pure space. Not you're some fractured ego and you need to transcend your ego or smash your ego or annihilate the I or anything else. Because see, within awareness itself, vast as infinite space, all points of view, no matter what they are equal. They're totally equal. The notion I is a point of view just like any other point of view, wall, floor, anything. Cell phone, computer. It's just another point of view. And the more we just rest as awareness inclusive of all points of view, the more we realize that that's the case, that all these points of view are totally equal. So I just say use your discernment. And I base this only on my direct experience. When I woke up, I really didn't even know what it was, other than I knew that it was the natural state of everyone and everything, and that everyone and everything already is completely free. just completely and totally free. I knew that without any question whatsoever. And I also knew, because of the experience with the man, that it was completely easy to communicate that this power was alive and well just in human interaction. So then I started looking at everything. I was raised as a Catholic, and I thought, oh, these saints, I want to read what they wrote to see what their experience of this freedom is. And I read one thing after another, and I found that almost everything written had a whole lot of layers in between. That even if it said you are free, everybody's awake, then it seemed like you really weren't. Because there was this ego you had to get rid of, or a personal identity or something like that. But you see, the starting point here is that everyone already is awake. There only is awareness inclusive of all points of view, and all these points of view are equal. So when we rest naturally as that awareness, it becomes more and more obvious that all these points of view are just included within awareness. And then it becomes obvious that all the points of view are awareness too, and that there's nothing else. That it is, as I say, one wholly positive basic space. So just be discerning. It's just like if you wanted to learn to be a neurosurgeon, you wouldn't read a bunch of books on cardiology. You'd only be reading books on neurosurgery. But you see, the realization of the potency of what I'm saying can only come about through direct experience of awareness. When we directly experience our own awareness as the heart essence of absolutely everything, then we completely understand all of this. We are all knowing. We completely understand all of it. We can never understand it from point of view. There's no way to make sense of any of it from point of view. We just end up with more intellect, more spiritual concepts in our head, and but with no life to those spiritual concepts in each thought, word, and action. This is something that I really noticed in myself, that the whole quality of my thinking and speaking and actions changed. It just changed so much. It was astounding, where for so long, even though I knew there was something that was true about human beings that would allow everyone to live together in a culture of gratitude and respect, I really couldn't come into that in its fullness in my own life. No matter how much I tried to do, I couldn't do enough to make myself into a good person. But the moment I started resting naturally, this just naturally arose. I tried to control my thoughts. I tried to control my emotional states. I tried to control my actions. We've all tried to do that. But it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. However, when I rested naturally, I noticed that all of a sudden my mind, my speaking, my behavior, they just became filled with focus on, it isn't even a focus, it's just an expression of beneficial activity, So the thoughts and the speaking and the actions are all about the oneness, the total indivisibility of everything, rather than splitting everything up. And this is the reality of thinking, of all speaking, of all action. And it just naturally comes about, once we tap into this awareness as the essence of each point of view, there's just a natural flow. It becomes more and more pervasive of all of life, more and more pervasive. just naturally. We don't have to effort or work to get it. It's already here.